desire for the things that I've set forth as my goals will emerge as the strongest emotion there and will keep me going when most other people stop. Enthusiasm. Folks, enthusiasm is the excitement that you have in you about what you're doing. That's what will get you up again when most people stay down. And don't make any mistake, making money is tough. It's not easy, or everybody'd be doing it. If it was easy to win, everybody'd be winning. And I'm going to tell you the key to success, the key to making money is get up and go again. Not any failing, there's just quitting before you win. Most people stay down. Well, it's enthusiasm that gets you back up. And these things will make you enthusiastic. Creativity. Everybody's a creative person. It's just that we haven't been able to move the boundaries and the limitations of our thinking. An uncreative person is a person who thinks within the realm of what they've always thought about and what they've always done. We've got to find a way to have the confidence and the flair and the gall to expand our thinking and start thinking in areas we've never thought of before, because then we can come up with answers to our own problems and we don't have to have somebody else. You can be a creative person if you'll just get your mind programmed to look in areas that you haven't been looking before, because you got the most magnificent computer you've ever heard of in your life. We don't know how it operates. Don't you dare think you're not creative. You just need to release that creativity. Winner's attitude. Let me tell you about this tape quickly. This program was designed by Midwest Research for athletes. It doesn't have anything to do with finances, because they found that the thing that you'll find in every champion athlete is that need to win, not to show, not to finish, not to place, but to be number one. Don't teach your kids how to be good losers. You show me a good loser, I'll show you a loser. Because if you find a way to get comfortable with losing, if you find a way to live with losing, you're going to lose a lot, because it's a lot easier to lose than it is to win. That winner's attitude, you see, that program, even though it was designed for athletes and has been used by champion athletes, you'd know the names if I told them to you. I've read the letters from them. That thing doesn't mention one word about sports, not one word about athletics. It just talks about the need to win, the need to compete, and the need to be number one. And somebody who's going to have a lot of financial success has got to have that. Stopping procrastination. This particular tape works faster than any of the other tapes. I have heard more stories on the procrastination tape than any of the others. I always start people on the procrastination tape because it's the one that works the fastest. It's the one that makes a believer out of them in a hurry. And then they have the enthusiasm now to go ahead and stay with the other tapes long enough to get the good out of them, even though they work a little slower. That thing will drive you crazy. It'll run you ragged. People honestly can't listen to it in the evening because it keeps them up all night long, cleaning the garage in the wintertime. It's unbelievable. It really is. Effective communication. You know as well as I do that if you're going to do something that involves people, you're going to have to be able to persuade those people to go along with your ideas. You're not going to buy any real estate until you effectively communicate your offer to a seller and convince him you're honest and sincere and the deal's good for him and he understands it. Until you can be persuasive, you're not going to be financially successful. And you can be a persuasive, confident, effective, eloquent speaker, both to groups of people and to one person, if you just have the right programming in your mind, and that's what that particular tape will do for you. Let me tell you about positive thinking. That's the next program. See, if you listen to Norman Vincent Peale, if you listen to Napoleon Hill, all the positive thinking people, Dr. Maxwell Maltz and Psycho-Cybernetics, they recognize the problem is the room. They recognize you've been programmed with negative, and they tell you that you, solve that problem by having your friends stop talking negatively to you and you stop saying negative things. The problem is, for every one time you think to say something positive, remember, your conscious mind can only think about one thing at a time, and 4 or 5 or maybe even 20 negative thoughts or things come out of your mind or your mouth because your subconscious is negative because of the programming. What you have to do is go back here and solve the problem. Have it speak positively, and then when you're not thinking, it'll be speaking positive things from the subconscious mind, and now the process that was snowballing against you starts in a cleansing action for you, and the positive thinking really starts to work. Otherwise, you're doing it so slowly it can't conceivably make much of a difference, and you can't think of all the time positively, and those old negative thoughts take over and say 20 negative things for every one positive thing that you do. Time, organization, and decision-making are two that I'll talk about together, because all in the world that tape does is change your priorities, folks. Everybody makes decisions the same way. Time organization, you decide 1,000 times a day what to do, how to spend your time, and if watching TV, and if playing games and doing nothing and relaxing and visiting are high on your priorities, then folks, that's what you're going to do with the majority of your time. What you need to do is change your priorities so that what you need to be doing and what you want to be doing are the same things. And you can do that. You can program your subconscious any way you want to if you have the right tool. Personality dynamics. Let me tell you about that one. People can't make money without having a dynamic personality. You can have a dynamic personality, but folks, you got to find a way to release it. Now, this particular tape is the only tape in the series that has any reference to moral, social value, or religion. And here's what it says. Or this is the portion of the tape that addresses religion, and I want you to know it's in here because I don't want to be programming religion without you knowing it. It says, God is the supreme power in the universe. God is the ultimate power in my life. God is within me. I see God within my life. My faith in God is part of my personal power dynamics. Now, if you don't want that in your mind, don't listen to that particular tape. But the people who wrote that script feel that if you're going to really reach the ultimate of your dynamic personality, you need to be able to give part of the credit to your God. It's easier for me to stand here and say I'm dynamic if I can follow that by saying because I get part of it from the God that I worship and believe in. And so I wanted you to know what's in that. That particular album, I sell for $349, and they're expensive for 2 or 3 reasons. They're the finest tape money can buy because you're going to play these things a bunch over and over and over, more than any other kind of cassette tape you ever use. And the second reason is they have a special recording process that's multi-track and multi-frequency. You can't duplicate these tapes on a regular duplicating machine, and so the process of duplicating them is more expensive. But I'll tell you one thing. It's peanuts. $349 is peanuts to change the things in your mind that can be changed. I sell those things with a 30-day money-back satisfaction guarantee so that you'll have a chance to take them home, play them, and if there's not a noticeable effect in your life, if they don't do big things for you, then you just send them back and I'll send all your money back. Now, that's the product, and folks, I'm going to tell you, it's the most dynamic thing I've ever seen in my life. It's done me more good than anything I've ever worked with. Now, in addition to the 12-cassette album, Program Yourself for Success, I also sell the no smoking tape, which is extremely effective, and the weight loss tape. They're $35 each. You can have whichever of those you want to. And there's just one more thing I want to tell you. Every now and then, a product comes along that creates such an excitement in the customers who use it that they can't help but bubble over and tell everybody they meet about what's happening to them. And that kind of product is perfect for a multi-level marketing plan. Now, don't mistake multi-level with the illegal pyramid schemes, because there's a great big difference. Multi-level is now being taught in the Harvard Business School. Both Stanford University and the Wall Street Journal say that over 50% of the retail products that are sold in this country by the mid-1990s will be sold in a multi-level marketing plan. It's just a plan where the customer becomes a dealer, and he sells to another customer and makes that customer a dealer, and they make money from several of those downlines of their organization. And so I've set up a multi-level marketing plan where if you want to go sell this product, you're going to bubble over about it as soon as you start to feel yourself become a brand new person on the inside, having new power, new confidence, new abilities. You're going to go tell everybody you meet about it. Look at me. I'm on national television telling my deepest, darkest secrets because it's something I really want to share. I'm excited about it, and you will be too. And there's no reason in the world why you shouldn't get some financial reward out of helping people. I don't have a problem in the world with making money and helping people all at the same time. In fact, it's the only honorable way to make money. And folks, I'll pay you up to $157 every time you sell one, because I want you to have those things in hand. I want you to be excited about them. I want you to be a product of the product, and I want you to be firsthand telling them what they did for you, because that's the way to sell them. For $15 more, just send me another $15, and I'll make you a dealer. That $15 does nothing more than pay for the big dealer kit that we're going to send you, the dealer's manual. It's got, it's got everything you need in there to learn the program and to sell the product. You never have to buy one drop of inventory. We'll ship to your customers. And I'll tell you one thing. you can make a huge amount of money as this organization grows, marketing what I think is the most fantastic self-help tool we've ever had a chance to see anywhere, anytime. Thank you.
Thanks, Joe. Joe is just fantastic, and we're going to get him over here to answer some questions. But in the meantime, Bob, you have something you wanted to say.
I sure do, Tony, because I'm sure everybody watching you and me and Joe tonight are feeling motivated.
They should be.
This is the time when they're thinking, well, maybe this is why I'm not successful. And I'm sure that each one of you watching had the opportunity to look at the tapes that Joe talked about as he went by with the titles and thought, yeah, that's where my problem is. Well, in this package, the tools that you need to change that, to program yourself for success. As it says right here, proven subconscious level programming in the 12 areas needed for financial success. Now, how much is all of this? It's $349, and you can take any major credit card and call this toll-free number right now and say, yes, I'm ready to reprogram myself, to program myself for success. $349 will be the best investment you've ever made. By the way, there are two other separate tapes. They're each $35. One is to help you stop smoking and another to help you lose weight. You can buy those separately, either with the program or by themselves or separately or together if you like. And there's one other thing. Remember at the end of Joe's talk how he talked about how you could become a dealer? For an additional $15, you can get the dealer's manual that'll tell you everything you need to know about how you personally can sell, program yourself for success. Now, if you prefer to write, you may write to this address and ask for Joe Land's Program Yourself for Success, just $349. Or better still, for faster delivery, for $5 expense, you can have it sent to you normally. Call toll-free, this number you see on your screen. But if you want to get it as fast as humanly possible, for $12 for express shipping and handling, you can get this to you more quickly. And the sooner you get it, the sooner you can begin. Call the toll-free number or write to this address right now. Tony?
Joe, welcome to the show, and
Thank you.
I'm really happy to have you here in the hot seat.
Thank you.
Because I've got some questions, but before I get to this, I want to explain why it's been so important to me. It's just been amazing, the amount of weight that I have lost. And I know we got a contest going, and I'm not ready to get back on the scale quite yet, but I will hit that 20 pounds.
But you're on record as having lost 19.5 pounds.
That's correct, and we don't have a scale here tonight. Next time you come on, we'll bust that 20-pound mark. Okay, that's the weight loss one, okay? And I know that works, but it's one about the procrastination tape.
You know, the procrastination tape, as I said, Tony, for some reason, and no one knows, even the people that make the tapes don't know why it's the fastest acting. It's not the most effective. Other tapes work as effectively, they don't work as fast. And so that's why I tell people to start on the procrastination tape, because it'll make a believer out of you in a hurry. And then you'll enthusiastically attack the other tapes. And here's how you should listen to the tapes. And I have people ask me all the time. First, start off with the procrastination tape. Listen to it as long as you feel like you need to. Then pick the tape that you think you need the most. Only you can tell which that is. And listen to it until there's another tape that looks better to you, that now you think you need it more than anything else, and progress all through the 12 just like it. And I believe with all my heart that anyone who has any intelligence at all and any ability at all can go accomplish just about anything from a financial standpoint they want to, once they get their mind ready.
Or they can listen to 2 or 3 tapes at once if they want it.
Exactly right.
There's nothing that can't go into your subconscious.
Your mind can absorb so much at one time that you can play 3 or 4 or 5 of those tapes if you have separate tape recorders to play them on, and reprogram yourself in all those areas at one time.
Now, I know you personally, and I've known you for years, and you're a different person. You used to be on the tour with us and Superstar, and I remember so importantly that when you were on stage, you were outgoing and vivacious. But that was an act.
Well, it wasn't an act. Tony, it was me. It was the only place I felt confident enough to really be me.
Exactly. So I'm saying we used to go out to eat, and you would just sort of be in a little corner. You were this very shy person, totally different than on stage. But now you're this way on and off stage.
Anyone who saw him on 60 Minutes, though, would have to agree that you have listened to these tapes and you have done a great job with yourself. You did the best job, I think, of being interviewed by those people of anyone I've ever seen on that show, Joe.
Bob, those tapes have done so much for me in so many areas. If someone came up to me and said, I want you to give me every bit of the money you'll make in the next 10 years in return for these tapes, I'd give it to them knowing what I know.
Joe, let's talk a moment not about the program itself, but the way that people can actually make money using it? I know I'm in the quote
Well, that's
down
an
line.
exciting part too, Tony. And to tell you the truth, when I started marketing these tapes, first I used them as a consumer. They did a tremendous amount for me. I got excited about them. I wanted to share them with my past students, and then I got to the point where I realized I could make an awful lot of money from doing that. And then as a kind of a second thought, I installed a multi-level plan so my dealers, when they became excited, I knew they would, once it began to work for them, they could go make money from the concept. And it's taken off unbelievably, Tony. We're in every one of the 50 states, and lots of them are being sold, and a lot of people are not only making money from actually selling the tapes, but from the dealers they recruit selling the tapes. And we've got some people making awfully good money just off their downline, as it's called. So it's a great business opportunity in addition to being a marvelous way to help yourself. The $15 makes you a dealer, and included in that $15 is the manual that tells you everything you need to know. It has 2 one-hour tapes of me explaining the whole system to you, how to sell it, how you get paid, and everything you need.
I also would like to stress the fact that you don't have to have a lot of inventory. You need no inventory.
Zero. We'll ship. In fact, we recommend that. You just write the orders and ship. That $15, which you spend in addition to the $349 for the tapes you'd buy anyway, is your only investment, and you can start making money immediately from selling.
Interesting thing, too, that if you invest in the program, your Sell for Success program, you'll be so enthusiastic about it, you can't miss.
You can't miss. And, you know, I sincerely believe that that's why our multi-level program is doing so much better than the average multi-level. Our product, and we have a little saying, we become the product of our product. As those tapes renew our mind and we become more enthusiastic, more creative, more motivated, more self-confident, you really can't help but be a success at whatever you're doing. And if what you're excited about is also your product, then it just makes for a tremendous amount of success.
But I do want to emphasize, there is no such thing as an average of what somebody makes. Some people are going to be in this thing full-time, some people are going to be in it part-time, and
plus we haven't been at it long enough to get an average.
So you make what you are, and you shouldn't really take anything as as a direction. Well, that's what I can make.
That's correct.
Choose your own level.
You could make $300 a month part-time, or you could make $100,000 a year going at it full-time, and anything in between.
The only tapes that you can buy separately are the 2, one on stopping smoking and the other on weight loss.
And the weight loss, that's correct. And if you take those things and use the money-back guarantee, you take them, and if you're not convinced in 30 days that they'll do the trick for you, then send them back, and I'll send all your money back. But my pledge to you is that if you will faithfully play, and you don't have to listen to them, just play them, use them as background for your life while you're doing anything else. If you'll just play those things and play all 12 of them in some kind of order, in whatever sequence you feel like you need them, they'll make a brand new person out of you, and I can attest to that because I'm a product of the product myself.
I would like to take the opportunity to again tell you how you can procure this Program Yourself program. Program Yourself for Success. The 12 tapes are yours, the complete program, because these are tools to do what you want to do. These tapes are subliminal. It's just ocean waves. But inside there, the kind of message that you need to be successful, to be motivated, to have self-confidence, to get over all of those problems that you've had in your subconscious mind. They will work for you. And as Joe said, keep them 30 days. If you're not happy, you can get your money back. He wants to be sure that you are successful. Call this toll-free number. You can use any major credit card. The complete program is $349. If you should like to have either the weight loss tape or the no smoking or stop smoking tape, they are $35 each additional. And for just $15, you can get the dealer's manual that'll show you how you not only can program yourself for success, but also be successful in selling the program. Call this toll-free number right now with any major credit card, or if you prefer to write, you can write to the address you see on your screen. Remember, keep it 30 days. If you're not delighted, return it for your money back. Tony?
We'll see you next time.